Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech, and in this video, I'll be showing you all the best features of the Samsung Galaxy A03s. By the way, I've already posted a dedicated video for the tips and tricks section where I've talked about many things which I won't be covering in this video. So definitely check out that video as well, link will be in the description. With that said, the most highlighting feature about this phone would be its bigger battery size. This phone actually comes with a massive 5000 mAh battery, supports fast charging, and also comes with a 15 watts power adapter inside the box. So the charging speeds and the battery life are definitely the most important things about this phone. Next best thing about this phone would be its performance. This phone sports a MediaTek Helio P35 processor with PowerVR GE8320 GPU with 3GB of RAM and 32GB of storage. These are the benchmark scores. Purely in terms of performance, it can't be compared to other phones, but the processor on this phone is pretty decent for a normal user. Next, this one also has a pretty decent display. It comes with a 6.3-inch TFT Infinity V display with HD Plus resolution. Here's a quick look at how the display looks like. Next, this phone also comes with a fingerprint scanner. Well, it's a side-mounted fingerprint scanner and it works really well. It's fast, it almost unlocks the phone within a second, but the lock screen animation might take a bit more time. Overall, fingerprint scanner works and it's pretty usable. Next, we also got the face unlock feature on this phone, but that doesn't work all that well. In good lighting conditions and even in low lighting conditions, it works, but it takes about 2 to 3 seconds to unlock the phone. Surprisingly, even in complete darkness, it works, but once again, it takes about 2 to 3 seconds to unlock the phone. It works the best if you place the phone close to your face, and it also depends on the lock screen wallpaper. Next, this phone also comes with some pretty decent cameras. On the rear, it's got a triple camera setup with a 13MP primary camera, and for selfies, we get a 5MP camera. These are some sample shots. Next, we have Edge panel. Once you enable this feature, we get an extra panel on the right side of the screen, which you can access by just doing a swipe gesture. We have all these different kinds of panels, starting from app shortcuts, people shortcuts, smart select tools, weather information. This Edge panel can seriously improve your productivity. Next, we have a dedicated macro shot mode on this phone, which allows us to take macro shots. Here's a quick preview. Next, we also have hyperlapse mode with different features. We have super steady for hyperlapse. Here's a quick preview. We also have night hyperlapse. We can also select the speed from auto 4x all the way up to 64x. Next, we have a new swipe gesture for the shutter button. This feature is enabled by default. You just need to do a swipe gesture on the shutter button and it will take a burst shot. By default, it is set to burst shot. We can also change it to record a GIF.
Next, we have live focus mode. This is another fancy name for rear camera portrait mode on Samsung phones. Unlike on other phones, on this phone, you can actually change the amount of background blur effect you want before taking a picture, and even after taking a picture, you can change the background blur effect. These are some sample shots. Next, we have live focus for selfie. Now this is another fancy name by Samsung for portrait selfie. Using this feature, you can take portrait selfies, and on this phone, you can also change the amount of background blur effect you want before taking a picture. These are some sample shots. Next, we have wide angle selfie. Now the front camera on this phone has a wide angle lens, but by default, it crops it to give you a regular size selfie. If you want a much wider selfie, you can get it with just a click of a button. Next, we have AR stickers. Using this feature, you can put different kind of stickers to your face in real time and then take pictures with it. It's a pretty cool feature, and the amount of stickers you have depends on the phone you're using. Next, this phone also offers electronic image stabilization while recording video. Next we have HYPERLAPSE, which is just a Samsung name for time lapse.
Next we have swipe gestures. Now once you enable the swipe gestures from the navigation bar settings, you can just swipe from the bottom of the screen to go home, swipe and hold for recent tabs. You can swipe from the left side of the screen or the right side of the screen to go back a step. For Google Assistant, you can swipe from the bottom left corner or bottom right corner diagonally and it will trigger Google Assistant. Finally, we can also swipe left on right on the bottom bar to quickly switch between applications.
Next we have split screen mode. To open any application in split screen mode, you need to first open that application, go to the recent apps page, click on the app icon and select open in split screen. Then that application will open in a split screen and you can select the secondary application from your recent apps, or you can go to the home screen and select the secondary application from there. You can find this feature on all Android phones and this is how you can use it on this phone. Next we have pop-up view, which opens an application in a floating window. Opening an app in pop-up view is similar to split screen mode. Once you open an application in a pop-up view, you can change its transparency, make it a bit transparent. You can minimize it to a floating bubble, just like Facebook chat heads, maximize it or even close it. I would recommend you not to use this feature as it is resource intensive. Next we have easy mute. Once you enable this feature, you can easily mute incoming calls or alarms by placing your hand on your phone or by turning your phone face down. Here's a quick preview. Next we have one-handed mode. Now once you enable this feature and swipe from the bottom left or right corner of the screen size will shrink, your phone will become much more usable with a single hand. Once you're in this mode, you can click the arrow button to switch the screen left side or right side and click in an empty area to go full screen. If you don't like the gesture, you can select the second option.
You just need to double tap the home button to trigger one-handed mode. Considering the huge screen size of this phone, if you want something much more accessible, you can try out this mode.
Next we have accidental touch prevention, which is just a fancy name from Samsung for pocket mode. Once you enable this feature, it will prevent accidental touches in closed spaces like pockets and bags. Next we have double tap to wake. Once again, even this feature is self-explanatory. You can double tap the screen to wake it up. So once you enable this feature, just lock your phone and double tap the screen. It wakes up the screen, and if you're using face unlock, once again it sees your face and unlocks the phone immediately. Next we have digital well-being. Now this is actually a feature from Google, so it should be on all the Android phones. Now this feature will record all your activity on your phone, like how long you're using your phone, which apps you're using a lot, and how many times you have opened a particular application. So this feature gives you all that information, and you can see which apps you open frequently and which apps you're addicted to. You can also restrict app usage by using this feature. Next we have wind down. Now this feature is built into the digital well-being application, but it has its own unique features. Now this feature wind down will help you sleep quickly at night. You can turn it on manually or schedule it to automatically turn on at a specific time. Once you set it up and it's turned on, it changes the screen to grayscale, that's black and white, and blocks notification. It can also turn on do not disturb mode, so you won't be disturbed with annoying notifications. Next we have flash notifications. Once you enable this feature, every time you get a notification or a call, flashlight blinks to give you a visual indication. It's good when you need it, but it can be quite annoying. Next we have auto call recording. Now this feature allows you to record calls automatically on your phone, whether you get a call or make a call. You can enable this feature from the phone dialer settings. Now going on next, we have the option to change the font on this phone. Usually most Android phones don't give you this option, but on this phone, you can change the font. By default, you get 3 different fonts, and if you're not happy with them, you can download more from the Samsung store. Next we have fingerprint gesture to pull down the notification bar. Once you enable this feature, you can do a swipe down gesture on the fingerprint scanner to pull down the notification bar. You can swipe it again to pull down the notification toggles, and finally you can swipe it up to send it back. This is a really handy feature. Now going on next, we have swipe to call or send message. Once you enable this feature, in the default phone dialer application, you can simply swipe left or right on a contact or a call log to make a call or send a message. It's not a great feature, but a very nice shortcut that's available only on the Samsung phones. Next we have Dual Messenger, which is like dual apps for Samsung. Using this feature, you can have 2 Snapchat accounts, 2 Facebook accounts, or even 2 WhatsApp accounts on the same phone. Now this feature might seem awesome, but it only works with few applications. Like if you want to use 2 Paytm accounts on the same phone, you can't do it using this feature. With that said, if you really want to do it, like if you want 2 Paytm accounts on the same Samsung phone, you can try using Secure Folder feature. In your default phone dialer, we have a feature called Caller ID and Spam Protection, and it just does what it says. Every time you get a call from any unknown number, it tries to trace it, give you a name, and will try to intimate you if it is a spam call. I'll definitely recommend you to use this feature. Now going on next, this phone also has Dolby ATMOS sound enhancement. You can enable it by using the toggles or by going to the sound settings. Once you enable it, you have different sound profiles like auto, movies, music and voice, and depending upon the sound profile, you will get different audio experience. Right now this feature is only available if you are using a headset. Now going on next, this phone even comes with Samsung themes, or just the themes. You literally have hundreds of themes to choose from, both free and paid, and you can completely change the look and feel of your phone. Starting from wallpapers to UI elements to app icons, it literally changes everything. Now going on next, we have maximum power saving mode. On previous Samsung phones, it was called as ultra power saving mode, and once you enable this feature, it will decrease the screen brightness, set speed limiter, restrict background network usage, limit the number of apps that you can use, and apply a dark theme. On the whole, it does all these things to improve the standby time of your phone. Now even in this mode, you can still use Wi-Fi, Bluetooth and mobile data, and use some regular applications like YouTube, Facebook, and even use the camera application. If you're on a very long journey, just enable this mode and you can have great battery life.
Next we have a new lock screen service. This is just a service or a feature that will automatically change your lock screen wallpaper. If you like the concept, you can keep it and have a different lock screen wallpaper every time, or else you can disable it to completely turn off the feature.
Now going on next, we can also reduce animations on this phone. Now for some reason, if you want to reduce animations and thereby reducing the CPU load, then you can do it on this phone by just disabling this toggle. Even if you reduce animations, there are still some animations going on, and for some reason if you want to completely remove animations, you can do it from the accessibility settings. Personally, I'll stick with animations even at a cost of performance and battery life. Now going on next, this phone also has Widevine L1 support. That means you can stream high definition videos from Netflix and Amazon Prime on this phone. This is kind of a big deal if you watch a lot of video content on your phone. So guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Thanks for watching. If I missed out on anything important, do let me know by commenting below this video, and definitely check out my video on the tips and tricks section where I'll be talking about many things which I didn't cover in this video. By the way guys, if you're planning to buy this phone, use the link in the description. It always helps the channel. And if you want us to make any specific video or if you have any questions, tweet out to us with the hashtag ASKGREEDYTECH on Twitter and we will try to make it as soon as possible. I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech signing off. Have a nice day.